The movie starts with a boy named Charlie racing in a boat with his little brother named Sam. It's a high school boating competition and he has won the race. He gets a trophy and a medal from his high school. He has graduated from high school and is offered a sailing scholarship from Stanford University. His brother, Sam, is very close to him. He gets a little upset about his elder brother moving away from him. Charlie promises him that he'll practice baseball with him during the break till his university doesn't start. As the days pass by, Charlie practices baseball with his younger brother every day. Before heading to start Stanford, Charlie has plans to hang out with his friends, but his mom gets an extra shift from work. She orders him to stay at home and look after his younger brother. While his mom is not at home, Charlie makes a plan to go out with his friends, leaving his brother behind. He secretly sneaks out of his house and sits in his car. Suddenly, his brother catches him sneaking out. He insists Charlie to leave him at his friend's place. Charlie denies it at first, but he agrees to leave Sam at his friend's house. While Charlie is driving, Sam tells him that he'll miss him. Charlie informs him that he will visit him often. Sam compares his brother to their dad, but he clarifies that he is different and he is never going to ditch his brother. They stop in the traffic when all of a sudden they meet an accident. A car speedily comes and crashes into Charlie's car. The car jumps and comes to the middle of the road. Suddenly, a truck passing by crashes into their car. Due to the harsh accident, the car turns upside down. Charlie holds his brother. Sam asks him to promise that he'll never leave him. Charlie promises him. They are taken to the hospital. Charlie is not breathing. The paramedics give him shocks to bring him back to life. Suddenly, he gains consciousness. He shouts and asks the doctors about Sam. He sees a body laying beside him. Turns out he was Sam and he passed away. Charlie apologizes to Sam because he broke his promise of never leaving him. The doctors inject him an injection so that he calms down. Later, at Sam's funeral, Charlie is told to drop in the baseball glove on the grave. He denies that he can't do it and runs away into a forest. While running, he is crying and having flashbacks of his brother and the accident. Suddenly, he falls to the ground. The gloves and the ball fall on the ground too. The ball approaches him again. Charlie lifts his head and sees his brother standing in front of him. He has an illusion of Sam. Charlie talks to him. They promise to meet there every day at the sunset when cannons fire to play catch. 5 years later, Charlie becomes a graveyard caretaker where his brother is buried. His mom has moved to Portland. He maintains the graveyard and takes care of the graves. One morning, he meets a man at the graveyard. His name is Alistair. He is another caretaker over there. They both talk about the geese ruining the grass of the graveyard. He informs Charlie that a waitress at a restaurant wants to meet him. Charlie is distracted by a girl who is throwing away the dead flowers from her father's grave. She approaches the two of them and orders them to plant fresh flowers on the grave. While Charlie brings fresh flowers, he notices a person rubbing stones. He is Charlie's high school friend whose name is Lieutenant Sullivan. Charlie meets him and explains that he wished he was there graduating from a university with his friends. While he is meeting his friend, Alistair sees him talking to himself. He is having another illusion. Sullivan goes away and tells Charlie that he'll say hi to his brother. Charlie understands that he is no more in this world. He was standing at his friend's grave. He goes to a store to purchase a remote control airplane. A girl asks him to take her out on his boat for sailing. He hesitates but says yes. Later, he takes his baseball kit and goes to the forest where he meets Sam. They play catch. Charlie informs him that he met Sullivan earlier and that he has passed away. Later, Charlie goes to a store to buy some stuff. He comes out and bumps into a man, who is his paramedic. He saved his life when Charlie had an accident. His name is Florio Ferrant. They both go and have coffee together. They have a little conversation. Florio asks Charlie about his love life or what he has been doing for the past 5 years. Charlie informs that there isn't any love involved in his life. Florio tells him about his experience of saving Charlie's life. He informs him that he has got a second chance to live for a reason. He makes him understand that he can't spend his entire life as a caretaker of a graveyard. He has to avail a second chance and do something big. After meeting Florio, Charlie comes out of the cafe. He sees a sailing boat nearby in the sea. He walks further to see the boat. He notices some high school students practicing sailing for their competition. Later, he goes to the forest to meet Sam. After meeting him, he goes near the harbor to draw. He is drawing a sailing boat. He is interrupted by Alistair. He takes Charlie to his girlfriend's anniversary party. Her name is Cindy. At the party, Charlie meets Cindy and she introduces him to Rachel. While they both are talking, a man named Corner spots him and approaches him. He is his high school competitor. He tells Rachel that Charlie always used to beat the water and get sailing scholarships. He offers Charlie a drink but he refuses. Corner mocks him on his driving, which rages him, and he hits Corner in his face. Later, Charlie goes to the harbor and sees a boat. He stands on the boat and remembers when he used to go sailing. Suddenly, a girl who owned the boat approached him. She is the same girl he met in the graveyard and she is also from his high school. Her name is Tess Carroll. The girl questions him if he remembers anything about her. He informs her that he has already planted flowers on her father's grave. The girl makes him remember that she used to take classes in his high school. He recognizes her and they both have a conversation regarding her boat. He shows her his designs of a technology he made. He He tells that it can change the shape of her boat and how it works. Tess flips over the page and sees a sketch of her boat which Charlie drew earlier. He gives his good wishes to her for the race and goes away. Later, Tess goes to practice for her competition while Charlie meets Sam again and plays catch. All of a sudden, rain appears and they both have a fun time in the rain. The next morning, Charlie is trying to make the geese scared. He sees Tess sleeping on her father's grave. He notices the bruise on her head. She informs that she got it while sailing. He offers to apply stitches on the bruise. She goes to Charlie's cottage. He applies medicine to her bruise as it didn't need stitches. She sees a picture of Charlie and his brother sailing on a boat. She talks to him about his brother and sailing. He tells her to talk at another time. She informs him that she'll be going away in 6 months, so he invites her for dinner the following night. They both have dinner and discuss their favorite sports. Later, Tess sees some stuff in the boxes. Charlie informs that it's his brother's stuff. She also notices the sketch of her boat. She insists to have the sketch. He gives the sketch to her. Tess explains the route she'll be heading to in the next 6 weeks when Charlie kisses on her shoulder and then her lips. She informs him that she wants to go and she leaves his cottage. A few minutes later, Charlie hears a knock on the door. He comes out and hears Tess's voice. She tells him to find her. He playfully chases her. Finally, he finds her and kisses her lips. He is in love with her. He spends the night with her laying in the forest. She questions about a burn mark on Charlie's chest. He informs her that it was from the shock the paramedics gave to save his life. The next morning, Charlie goes to his cottage and he finds a note which said to find her. He walks down to the harbor and finds Tess. He sees her sitting on her boat. Charlie joins her and after a long time, he sails the boat again. He says thanks to her. They talk till sunset when Charlie hears the cannons and remembers that he has to go meet Sam. He excuses Tess and goes to the woods to meet Sam. He rushes to the forest and sees Sam going away. He orders him to stop. Sam stops and explains to his brother that he promised him about never to forget about him. He complains that Charlie is forgetting about him, which is why he is late. Tess follows Charlie and sees that Charlie is talking to himself and there is no one standing in front of him. She explains to him to let Sam go, but he denies it and tells her that he can never lose Sam. The next morning, Charlie goes out to a cafe, and there he meets Alistair. Suddenly, some police officers come over there and announce a missing boat. The missing boat belongs to Tess Carroll. She was sailing out in the storm 3 days ago. There's been no contact since. The police officers inform that they need some volunteers to search for her and the boat. Hearing the news, Charlie rushes to the graveyard, where Tess's father is buried. He calls out for Tess. He sees him sitting on her father's grave. She questions why can only he see her. He informs her that she never came back, and everyone is looking out for her. While she tells him that she wanted him to look for her. Suddenly she vanishes away. He hears the cannons firing, goes to the forest, and meets Sam. He comprehends about the girl and that she has passed away. Sam consoles him. Later, when he returns home, a woman named Carla Ferrante approaches him. She informs him that she is Florio's wife. She tells him that Florio passed away last night, and he wanted Charlie to have his medallion. The woman goes away, and suddenly Charlie notices a note fell on the floor. It's the same note that Tess wrote, to find her. He runs to Alistair and asks for Tink. Tink is Tess's coach and he has his boats near the harbor. Charlie asks Tink for the keys. He resists giving the keys to him. Alistair informs Charlie about the keys and he jumps on the boat and escapes. Alistair goes with him, while Tink is furious that they took his boat and jumps on the boat. Tink questions Charlie that he'll never be able to find her. He doesn't know where she is. Charlie informs him that he knows where any sailor would go in the storm. Tink argues that she wouldn't be alive for 3 days as it is not possible, while Charlie believes that she is still out there somewhere. The next day, Alistair questions Charlie about what he does in the woods every night. He tells Alistair that he wouldn't believe him even if he says the truth. When it's time for sunset, the cannons fire. Sam keeps waiting in the woods for his brother. Since he's going to find Tess, he couldn't come to meet Sam. He is upset about it and cries. While Charlie is sailing on the boat, he suddenly notices a strange thing in the sky. It's a star. He realizes that it is Sam sending him signals of where Tess's boat is. Charlie immediately heads off towards the signal and he spots her boat. Alistair stops him to dive into the sea. Charlie tells him that he got a second chance to live for this. He dives into the sea to find Tess. He searches for her in the sea but gets stuck in the boat string. While getting himself away from the string, he loses his torch in the sea. He swims out of the water, but because of the strong waves, his head hits on the rocks. He climbs up the rocks and spots Tess. She is unconscious. He hugs her and lays hugging her on the rocks. Soon, the medical help appears on the helicopter and rescues them. Charlie gets admitted to the hospital. When he wakes up, he questions about Tess. Alistair lets him know that she is recovering and that the hug's warmth kept her alive. Soon he recovers and starts sailing again. He goes to Tess's house and meets her. She thanks him for saving her life. He offers her to sail with him. She hesitates to say yes and tells him that she's been having vivid dreams about him since she returned. Charlie lets her know that they're not dreams, they are memories. He tells her about her dad's favorite poetry that they discussed earlier. She believes in him and agrees to a ride. Charlie lifts her and takes her towards the boat for a ride. Later, at sunset, Charlie hears the cannon fire. He goes to the woods and speaks that he misses Sam. He apologizes to him that he had to break the deal. Sam appears behind him and informs him that it was time to let go. Charlie promises him that as long as he is alive, they'll always stay as brothers. Charlie and Tess meet their friends to say goodbye as they both sail to take a world tour, and the movie ends.